What's going on, guys? You got Corey Neese here, and welcome to the final video of the forbidden Twitter famous formula. And I'm really excited because this is, I'm not going to say it's a very most important video, because I think video number 2 is in terms of specific, day-by-day guidelines to help you get results. But this video is where everything comes together, and there's one word that you're going to learn in this video that's the most important word to keep in mind throughout this whole process of using Twitter as a platform to grow your business. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And there's 3 key ideas, once again, when it comes to taking consistent, relevant action. And these 3 key ideas is, 1, obviously, consistency, doing the things you're learning on a day-to-day basis. And I mean, pretty much as daily basis as possible. You got to do these things every day to get results. Yeah, you can get results overnight, but in order to get the best results, you need to be consistent with your efforts. And step number 2 is having the long-term vision on really understanding that Twitter, it's a process, it's a platform to grow your business like any other social network or any other strategy out there. So you got to be patient with it. You got to be willing to learn. You got to go through trials and errors. And you got to really figure out what works best for you. And step number 3 is really the whole phrase of Twitter famous and what that means specifically. So, Twitter famous isn't really literally about being famous. It's not about being a celebrity or Hollywood famous or whatever. Twitter famous is simply about positioning. Now, if you're famous, quote unquote, if you're famous on Twitter to your following, by having a large amount of people that follow you, do you think that's going to help or make your positioning worse? It's going to help your positioning a lot. And positioning is the number 1 thing I want you to take away from this video. I might as well jump right into positioning, because positioning is everything. It's what brings everything full circle. Positioning is what we talked about earlier about relationships, context, creating the following. It's the image. It's what your following thinks of you. It's your brand, your personal brand, your personality, your marketing, your networking, the value. It's everything. Positioning will make or break your success on Twitter. And obviously, to get good results using Twitter for your business, you need to be positioned. And I kind of wrote up a little equation here to help you kind of understand how everything makes sense and works together. And that is platform plus audience plus positioning equals results, and the good results that you want to see in your business and life. So platform is Twitter, okay? Audience is your following, make it a targeted following. And then positioning, like I said, it's about everything. It's about being consistent with your following, providing value to them, creating context, marketing to their problems, providing solutions, building your brand, sharing links to your personal blog, your YouTube channel, capture pages, etc., etc., etc. Positioning is everything. And let's take, for example, here's a good example. Okay, let's just use me, because it'll be easy to use. I have around 30,000 followers on Twitter, right? Do you think that is going to help position me better to my target market than having 300 or 400 followers? It's going to help me a lot, because people will naturally think, wow, this guy has a lot of followers. 1, I should probably follow him. 2, I see he's in home business or network marketing or direct sales. I'm going to reach out to him. And number 3, they're going to traditionally think of you as an authority in their mind if they have a lot less followers. That's just how it works. I mean, you could network with somebody on Twitter who's making $1 million a year, and if you have 10 times more followers than them, I mean, you kind of have the upper hand naturally. But you gotta keep in mind that positioning is about being yourself. It's about being real and authentic, and it's not about just like faking stuff. You gotta really know what you're talking about. When it comes to sharing value and sharing advice, and just being authentic with people. So I don't want you to think, I can go on Twitter or Facebook or whatever and just position myself as Donald Trump or something like that. No, you gotta work your way up. Now, you can position yourself kind of however you want in the way that you do it through networking, through prospecting, through sharing images, through sharing content and value. That's how you position yourself. That's how you're going to build your own personal brand. And, the best way, I guess I can kind of explain it again about positioning is, you know, let's take for example, somebody's in your target market, right? And, you know, they check out your profile and it says you have 20,000 followers and you're in home business and you teach lead generation or whatever, just some example. You know, let's say they reach out to you. Do you think that's going to help you by having somebody in your target market reach out to you instead of you reaching out to them? And they did it all because of your positioning. Your positioning is all about, like I said earlier, your brand, your following, your relationship with them, your image, and it's really what your following thinks of you. So you want to get in your head, really drill into your head that you want your following to think about you in the best way possible. You want them to see you as a leader. You want them to see you as the authority. You got to be that person to your target market. Position yourself in the best way possible that will allow you to attract your best potential prospects and future business partners. That's really the most important thing that you can take away from this whole video series is your positioning. That will make or break you, and follow everything I taught you in this video series, and that will help you position yourself as an expert, as an authority, as somebody who's, you know, confident on Twitter. And you do it by building the following, by creating the relationships, by being consistent, by sharing value, and really being, you know, authentic, and keeping in mind that this is a long-term vision, that becoming famous and building this authority and this brand online, it will take time. It takes weeks, it takes months, it takes years. You can get results overnight if you take tons of action and listen to exactly step-by-step what you've learned in this series. But keep in mind that it's a process, and like any other strategy out there, it takes time. You gotta learn it, you gotta apply it, and you gotta, you know, trial and error, and you gotta go from there. So the number one thing, like I said, takeaway is positioning. Really get that in your head, that positioning is everything when it comes to success on Twitter and the long-term vision. It will make or break whether or not you become Twitter famous. So position yourself in order to achieve the best success that you want to have. And I hope you guys do it. I know you will. This is Corey Neese timing out, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, peace.